great to have you with us. Welcome, people near and far. Yeah. So I started a new trend in our class, which is basically I'm just taking a subject and I'm like pulling all the information I have on the subject. So today's subject is an important subject. It's actually the subject of intimacy and what's correct, what's incorrect, what the story is. So Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Shar Kol Niyam V'Var. Okay, so first and foremost, there's a beautiful story where there was a lady that came to the Rebbe, and I think that she was a special woman and a lot of suitors, and yet nothing was working out. So the Rebbe said to her that love is not what you read in the romance novels. Love is when two people get together and they make a commitment to each other, and they begin to really care for each other. And then they reach a point where they can't imagine life without the other. So a friend of mine said to me that what we call in the West love is actually lust. It's not love at all. A beautiful story around love, real love, is of two Holocaust survivors. And these two people were. What happened was that they both got remarried, and in fact, Port Elizabeth, right? They ended up. He ends up going to Port Elizabeth, and so there's a woman doing an intake form of Jewish people. Jewish people are very warm. Wherever you are, come, welcome, try to settle you. And she looks at this guy whose head is bent down. He's been through so much in life. She says, Chaim. It's like, how does she know my name? He looks up. It's Razel. What are you doing here? He says, what are you doing here? Says, I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead. So it turns out that in the interim, they both got married. There were two people that had loved each other very much. So she says to Chaim, she says, listen, we've both gotten married, so we have to forget about each other as if we don't exist. So here people, they spent years courting each other, years looking for each other, but they understood something that our modern generation doesn't understand, and that is that marriage is not about what you want. Marriage is about what the other person wants. Marriage is about commitment. Marriage is in a sense of duty. And this is the general problem in the world today. The Rebbe, today we have a 50% divorce rate amongst older people. Amongst millennials, what's the rate of the divorce rate? Does anybody know?
Even higher.
70%. You know what that means? First of all, what it takes for two people to even tie the knot, I don't want to describe the pain and suffering and loss. And even those people that tie the knot, they have a 70% chance of not. Now, obviously, you look at a religious community, and our stats, it's not the best. I've been divorced, remarried, thank God. But it's nothing compared. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's 10%, but that means 90% success rate. So we're obviously doing something right. And the world that is so into free love is obviously doing something very, very, very wrong. And so it's an opportunity when we have a problem to actually look at, anyone needs to put the phone on mute, please feel free. It's an opportunity to actually look at the fundamentals of what's going on here. What do people perceive marriage to be? And what is the correct way to do so? In fact, there's an interesting lady, and not a Jewish woman. Her name is Lawyer Doyle, and she was going to get divorced. So finally, after going to all the therapies and this and that, nothing works. She said, you know what? Why don't, instead of going to like all these divorced or non-married therapies, she wrote a book, something about I forgot the name of the book, something like The Submissive Wife. In other words, she understood that it's not this whole feminist thing of having to be, a male character is not working out for the females, and to actually be, a woman in the relationship And in this way, she saved her marriage and she taught many